Hi, everybody. This is Mrs. Craig, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about getting started on the business end of things if I can actually lower that down. What I'm going to do is actually create a business card. Um, I'm going to title this business card and I need to do some selecting. So a business card is basically 3.5 inches wide and 2 inches in height. So that we have something that's more of a landscape than a tall one. Okay. And what we're going to use today, remind me later, is this logo that I have from previous experimentations. However, I do want to tell you this is not the logo that I'm going to use in my final website and my final business cards and my final design. So keep that in mind. So we have a business card layout, and what I've done is I've talked to you a little bit about blocking. So let's say if I copy and paste that in, let's say that I have this logo, and this logo is taking up a good bit of space. And since she is leaning towards the left, I'm going to put her very far over to the right so that my text can balance out the logo. So we're just going to do some balancing there. Now that I have this on here, now that I have my logo, I've copied and pasted it on, what I can do is I can go in and I can start creating a new layer. So if we go into layers here, what we need to do is actually start working with layers so that we separate out the objects in our business card. So this would be my logo image. Okay, layer one is my logo image. Layer two is going to be my heading. And that's what this video is going to be all about is my heading. So I'm on layer two and I'm going to make myself a text box and figure out how big I want my heading to be. Okay, now my heading is going to be my name. There you go. Now you guys know my name. And if I press Control Shift, and then if you look over, there's from the M on your keyboard, there's a little arrow to your right. So you can just press that to bigger it down. If you want it smaller, you can press that. And that's a quick way of getting your font. All right. For right now, I'm not really working with any sort of color, if you notice. It's all black and white right now. Um, what I want, though, is I want to choose a font that is peaceful and simple and can kind of give me an effect that is professional. So this is not what I want. All right. There's a lot of things that I can do. So I'm going to go with something where I can see. So I'm actually going to bigger this out for a second so that I can see as I go through. So I'm going to click back on the text, making, nope, Control Z, that sucker. I'm highlighting my text so that I can go through and see what I want and easily kind of just figure some things out that way. So what I have here are a lot of different samples that you have on here. And we'll just keep with this serif. This serif is, this is a serif font. If you see, we have the little hats or feet, whatever you want to call them, at the ends of our letters, right? So not to say that this is going to be my font. In fact, I don't think it is. I don't like how it coordinates with my logo. And what the reason why I don't like it is because I think that it's too curly for my logo. I want my logo to be modern and I want my font to be modern. So I can go in and change that. One thing that I want to introduce you to, though, that you haven't gone to yet is what we call dafont.com. And when you see dafont.com come up, what you have at the top here are all of these different types of font. Okay. So if I go into a sans serif, which is more of what I'm looking for, I can actually have even more than I actually expected. So if you take a look, I can go through and I like something that's a little bit more skinny to match with my font. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to click on this and I can type my text here, Robin Craig. And I can play with this here. So you see how it has like this, this, and this. All right. What I can do is I can uh, make it so that I have all lowercase. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, I like this a little bit more than I like this, if you see where I'm going with that. So what I can do is I can actually do a couple of things here. You have what we call a snip tool. And the snip tool, if you go into your settings, you can actually take that snip tool, and we'll show you it in class. You can actually take that snip tool and copy and paste it into there and work with it that way. And that's kind of like an inventive and creative way of doing a font, which I really, really like. So what I'm going to do is, if you take a look, this is what I'm choosing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get back to you in a minute and copy and paste this in. All right. So I'm going to press hide.